My name is Babukari Edusa, famously and literally called the icon of truth. It is a happy moment to witness at the Edusa Week, the second edition of the Edusa Week 2023.
I am a student of the University of the Gambia. I am proud, but I am even prouder of being a student of the School of Education.
When I hear the name Edusa, my heart glitters because I have Edusa at heart. This year's edition of the Student Week so far is the best. The best because some of the activities that has happened has never happened.
It was a long-term plan. We planned for a long time, but Alhamdulillah, we have done it, and it's a success. Today is the last day of the event, which is the sport day. And I can say from starting to the last day, we prepare food for the students and the guests who are here. Even those who are not students on the School of Education, we serve them food. On the first day, we cook food, we cook lunch, we give them refreshment every day from the starting to the last day. And I think that's a very good activity that we conducted this year. I know expenditure is very high, but we try our best to see to it that students get what they deserve, because this is an activity organized by the students and they must get what they deserve, and we make sure they get what they deserve.
Cultural Day was held on the third day of Edusa Week, which we, as the council, we sit down and to look and bring one cultural masquerade, that is the Kumpo. Because when you talk about Kumpo here, most of the people in the university, they don't know Kumpo. Some people like me, I normally used to watch Kumpo on TV, but I have never seen Kumpo live. So I was even impressed when I saw the Kumpo. So this was the reason why we said, let us go and bring the Kumpo. So this suggestion was brought by our minister, the social welfare minister, that is Binta Sane. So, and all the council agreed on it, and we pushed on it until finally it was successful. And people were moved when they see Kumpo dancing, and when they see the drummers were drumming the way they used to do. So, and we are so delighted.
As far as I can tell you, the loopholes in this Edusa Week are very limited. And if I can tell you, there are maybe limited loopholes or negative impacts that we need to improve on, or backings we need to improve on. Yes, we know we are not perfect, we will never be perfect, but at least we have worked towards perfection. And this is manifested by the kind of cheerful countenance that we gain from the people who witnessed or had the information or got through the information through the media like Fine TV and other media outlets who were in the support of coverage. You know, we are setting the bar so high. When we are coming, we said we will reclaim the mantle. Now it's about retaining the mantle, inshallah.
On Thursday, it was a symposium on reproductive health. This is one of the key things that everybody must look into, because reproductive health touches everybody, be it a woman or a man. And this was one thing that I feel was one of the most educative sessions that I witnessed. As the presenter said, we have to go and advocate for the same thing. She talked about unsafe sex. She talked about contraceptives. These are things that affect us in our daily lives. We have seen women who gave birth within their first year of marriage or second year, but find it very difficult after 5 years to get married due to one thing or the other. These were things that we are clarified on that day.
They have worked tirelessly for this day. So, and then we need leaders like them. As a leader, when you come in, it's the work that brought you. So do the work, let people see. And that's exactly what they have manifested. So I'm proud of them all. Starting from the president, that is Alassane Amma, to the last person.
As the saying goes, all play, no work, make Jack a dull boy. So we deem it fitting that education students, they are only, fatigued and concentrated and saturated with a whole lot of activities, a whole lot of works. So the only thing that will, set them free or set their mind free is to bring in fun, and that fun can be in a form of sports. So that's why we bring sport to make sure to entice them and captivate their interest in participation and socialization.
In most cases, we send private messages to the students to make sure that they come and participate in the activities of the Education Student Association. But it doesn't only mean in sports, but in all cadres or in all ministries, any activity that is organized, the participation is a bit lacking. But thank God, Alhamdulillah, this year we have seen the zeal, we have seen the courage, and then the willingness in the students. Students were very, very much, willing to come and participate in all the activities. Imagine, we have basketball for the first time this year. We have volleyball, and then we also have marathon. But if you can see, for the first time, we have more than 10 participants in marathon.
My name is Babukari Edusa, famously and literally called the icon of truth. It is a happy moment to witness at the Edusa Week, the second edition of the Edusa Week 2023. The events have been unfolding as since Tuesday when the Edusa Week started. We have seen a lot of events that occur here, ranging from presentations at the grounds, and today it is a sporting activity, and we are witnessing different activities here. In the morning, we had the marathon, in which I participated, of course, and we had basketball earlier. Then now the volleyball is ongoing. That is, we also have events in the afternoon. Football will occur. These are the dispensation of the events today, the last day of the event of the activity, the Edusa Week.
How do you feel about the event since it started? Do you think it's a step in the right direction?
Yeah, it is a step in the right direction because it is an avenue where Edusans are brought together and in the same platform where different educational affairs are discussed, different problems are highlighted, and then possible solutions are being identified for Edusans or education students to uphold. We have seen in the beginning the event started with March Pass, for instance, from Orix. There we have seen the permanent secretary looking at the policies, educational policies, which are important for educational students to know. We have also seen the competence-based curriculum being deliberated upon, and also we have seen the GTU president coming here to discuss on the impacts of GTU on teachers. What is the GTU's position in ensuring that they protect the lives and livelihood of teachers? Yeah, these are all things that we have done here, and we have also seen that certain activities like debates were organized. And debates, it is a battle of ideas, and it's where debaters will try to highlight certain topics, in which I also participated. And I also debated on the performance of students at WAS or external examination, where the teachers were put at blame according to the motion. Yeah, these are some of the activities that we had, and in the evening we always have football, inter department or level, inter classes, different levels, year 1, 2, 3, and 4 participate, and we see that has also reached the second round, and it is only the third round that is remaining. And yes, even yesterday there was a game. Yes, that is the stance of this particular program.
Do you think events like this should be promoted at the University of the Gambia?
Events like these are important, and they should be promoted in the University of the Gambia. For instance, yesterday the activity that we had was the award ceremony, or the award, Dean's Awards of Excellence, where determined students were being awarded in the areas that they specialized. Different students who have performed very well were identified and tagged on the areas that they specialized, and they were rewarded for the hard work that they have been doing. Areas in School of Education, even the overall best students in male category and also the female category was tagged. This is going to encourage performance and hard work among the students of School of Education. It's going to boost their morals in competing or trying to showcase their talent in the academic fraternity. So it is important to uphold certain things, certain activities, so that different people will learn. We have also seen the cultural day, for instance, where cultural activities were being showcased. Different people with talent in their cultures showcased, and then they were able to, you know, highlight, how significant those cultures were and how they were going to promote diversity among the students and, in fact, in the society at large. So that is also an integral part in maintaining peace, and security in this nation. And as education is, the education that we acquire should have a significant impact in our societies. So it is one way in which we influence the society. We have seen people who came here. We have seen the Jamboree, cultural Jamboree, Kumpo, for instance. People were there, even though we were at the field, but we have followed the events through other people and then through your eloquent fine TV, and we have seen how much the display was and how people were agitated, because culture is one way in which we promote peace in our societies.
We've seen so many female participated in this particular kind of event. Um, how do you feel about seeing women participating in this event?
Female participation is important in this event, as it will promote, empowerment among women and girls. Or, for instance, even though in the School of Education we have mature ladies and women, so it will promote their, ability to socialize and then to participate, in activities that affect them, and in fact in decision making processes, yeah, such as politics, and then, you know. Uh, affairs of their affairs in their society. So it is important that females participate, because in education, you will say, those who are educated, as if you educate a woman, for instance, you educate an entire nation or generation. Or if you educate a man, you educate one person. So that also has reflect here. The women participation is going to boost and is going to encourage other women to also come, because it will encourage them to come to the University of the Gambia and then pursue the entire course. They serve as role model to other women who think that they cannot do it, or they are inferior to those people who are here. So we have seen also, we have interacted with some students who are from Amity High School, for instance. Among them were young girls. I was part of the speakers who met them, and then we try to inspire them. We try to tell them how much their life is important to this University of the Gambia, how much they should strive to meet the requirements in order to come. We even emphasize to them that there is no barrier, between the rural and urban schools. Yeah, it is only about the performance. Once they acquire the requirement, yes, they will be admitted, and then they will pursue. And education, remember, is one way in which you bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. And it is one way in which we can develop our nation. So it is important for women to participate in this, so that they will also inspire other women who are outside there and tell them, yes, women can do this and they should do that. We have seen the health, education also. During that day, women were educated on health, issues at different varieties. You have seen how much, the tutor was emphasizing on, even on safe abortion, which affects the lives of women, and in fact reduce their number, because it threatens the life of others. When they hide certain things, they will not, try to see the doctors at the right time, or they could not expose certain things because they think those things should be hidden, especially menstruation and other things. Yeah, those educations, that education helped women in order to improve in their life and their livelihood. So it is important to, if you teach them, they will also teach others. But if those educations are not done, or if that, and sensitization is not done, it is risky for women to continue to hide certain things, especially diseases that they acquire through STIs. You understand? If they hide them, that is, they are going to infect other people, because the other people may not know. And we have seen the role of contraceptives in trying to prevent dangers that are acquired through health hazards, through the acquisition of diseases that are or that are contagious. They can be transmitted from one person to another. These are all activities that has been done here. We have seen people with merits acquire their certificates. We have seen eloquent debaters also acquire, being empowered. And then we have seen people who have served the union in other forms, like people who have served in different departments, the advisory board, for instance. You have seen people who have served in the Constitutional Review Commission. Edusa has moved a certain way, in certain way, for instance, such that the Constitution is being reviewed. After 2 years, it was due to be reviewed, and it was necessary for the acquisition of the separation of powers in the Constitution. All those are things that we looked at. I serve as the executive secretary to that Constitutional Review Commission. And it was based on that I was yesterday awarded my certificate of appreciation. Yeah, we thank the 12th Executive Council for organizing or trying to recommend the Constitution to review, the subject to review. And then we also try to thank the 13th Executive Council for reorganizing this event as the second edition. And we also believe that the next council that will come will also uphold the same thing, because it is a very important event. Students of the School of Education have not been interacting, so we have seen people who are in year 1, 2, 3, and 4 did not have this opportunity to come together and to express what certain factors that affect their lives and then their livelihood. We have seen them coming here with problems that were not known, and at the students level, then the executive are able to know their problems. We have seen people asking relevant questions here, such that those questions were being answered. We have also seen people who are veterans who came here, people like Mohammed Oadawa, Evidasi, ASP, now working with the police. We have seen the Paragon, most of our Paragon Sonko, who have come here and inspired the students now, the students of education, because they were here and they handled very important positions. And when they addressed these students, we have seen how much the students were inspired. Yeah, you will see that they are people who are eloquent, who are competent, and then who have the passion to do what they are doing best in this world. So hence they serve as ambassadors of Edusa in the worldwide. We have seen people also being inspired at least to behave or to be able to be like them or imitate them, so that they will grow higher. It is important to bring people who have been successful through the path on school of education, then who are in the field now, to come and share their experiences, so that the students of the school of education will also know that yes, through education or through the school of education, there are other opportunities that they can harness in the outside world. I think that is relevant.
So I guess you must have witnessed all the events that took place here. If you can please tell us some of the lapses that you've at least seen, and you will want the organizers to improve on.
I have witnessed most of the events that occur here, but what we just realized as a main thing that can hinder the events is the, coming on time. Time management has been the problem. The events will be scheduled, but they will never start on time. And time is precious. You understand? Time is money. The Americans will say. So, in as much as we are students and we are supposed to set standards, to the world or standards in the world, we are supposed to uphold the right time. For instance, today we said the marathon, for instance, was going to begin at 9 o'clock. I was there at 8:30, but I was the only one who was there before the actual time. So later it was Suleiman Baji, the assistant minister, who met me there. So before the actual time. So you remember that, or you realize that at the appropriate time or stable time, based on the calendar or based on the activities, I was the only one who was there with the minister, and we could not have effected the activity. So it was 1 hour delayed. So that 1 hour delay is a huge time. We have seen also the number of students who participate in this program increasing from last year to this year, but we have also seen the number dropping at a space that we did not realize it. So these are some of the factors that can hinder the success of the event, because even though you have your programs, you have your invitees coming here, you still have to wait for the audience to come so that you start the program. So if the School of Education can improve in time management and respect of time, then we believe that yes, we can make a headway, because through time, appropriate time for events. In fact, across the university, we don't have programs starting on time when they are managed. And you understand that the university is the highest standard setting space in the country. You understand? So at the university, people or authorities should uphold times, or even sub associations who maintain the times that they schedule events, such that that can be used as a yardstick to improve or develop, to improve or to at least develop, the nation. In develop, and as much as we develop, I understood one time that I went for an award night, which was supposed to begin at 5 o'clock, but later it began at 7 o'clock. So somebody was there who was time conscious like me. He was telling me, until we are able to, solve the problem of time, then we cannot develop this nation, which I understood is a very real thing, and we have seen such things of that nature. For instance, the debate was supposed to begin at 10 o'clock or 9, and it began around 11 or 12. So that was a lapse in terms of arrangement or management of time. Yes, those are factors that I consider.
Before we draw down the curtain, we want to hear your final message to our viewers or to the general student body of the University of the Gambia.
For the viewers and to the general student body, I just encourage them to participate in every event that is being organized here. I have participated in almost all the events that have been organized, and the participation is good. The first thing you can do in winning is participating. Yeah, the first step in winning is participating. You don't only need to participate to win, but to participate in order to inspire others or try to at least contribute to knowledge or contribute to the development of other people. The best way in which you can achieve what you want to achieve is by trying to help others achieve what you want to achieve yourself. So we thank the 13th Executive Council, and even the 12th Executive Council under the leadership of Mamadou Saidi Jallo, for organizing this for the first time, and then the 13th Executive Council under the leadership of Alassane Ba for holding this particular activity. And Edusa Week is important. I believe the Dean has invested a lot. We thank the Dean, the management, the school, the university at large, and also the students for their participation, and then their tolerance, compliance, and everything. And we thank Fine TV for coming here, ensuring that, yes, they cover all these events, and then this is relevant to the world to know what is showcasing here, what is going on here. Yes, I think we need to commend the Fine TV, and we continue to encourage people to watch them, yes, and support them in any means possible. So for you, Mr. Cham, I thank you very much for identifying me to come here for this interview. Thank you very much.
My name is Suleiman Baji, the current serving Deputy Sport Minister, Education Students Association, Edusa, of the 13th Executive Council. Well, I think as students of the university, we don't only focus in the classrooms, but also we do the extracurriculum activities. So we deem it necessary to bring different types of sports in the or different activities to bring inclusiveness, and also to make every student of the Education Student Association to feel part of being an education student. So Edusa Week, we have a lot of activities like health symposium, we have awards day, and the sport days as well. So this sport day is also because we believe that one of the ways in which students can be brought together, to foster relationship, and then to make sure that unionism is shown is through sports. I believe this is one of the ways in which we can bring students together. As you can see, the participation of students here, it is because of sport. Perhaps if at all it is something else, maybe we might not have that turnout. But I believe some of them, we are very sport enthusiasts. People have different tastes of sports. This is why we have a variety of sports within the Edusa Week and in Sports Day in particular. Yeah, I would say thank you to all the Education Students Association. They've really tried, and I think this year the participation has improved compared to last year. Yes, and another challenge is coming on time, punctuality. People were here, but they didn't come on time. So that was also another challenge that we face, and then we also face another challenge of acquiring materials that are necessary to carry out these sporting activities. The University of the Gambia do not have a basketball court, they do not have a volleyball lawn, and then they do not have basketball net, because we had to go all the way to Brikama Sports Committee to get this basketball net. So I believe these are some of the challenges that we face. But aside that, the Education Students Association were very committed in making sure that this sport day is a success. I think we should improve on communication. You know, communication should be improved. One, two, we should also make that we put in motivational strategies. People that are going to participate, we motivate them. Though in any activity like marathon, all the participants are going to be awarded with a certificate, but the first, second, and third, the winner, the first runner, and the second runner are all given a token. The first went with a very handsome amount. The first runner-up again went home with a very good amount, and then the second runner-up. So the motivational strategies, we need to use them in order to bring out and then improve the participation of the students. So I think we need to improve a lot on that. In most cases, we send private messages to the students to make sure that they come and participate in the activities of the Education Student Association. But it doesn't only mean in sports, but in all cadres or in all ministries, any activity that is organized, the participation is a bit lacking. But thank God, alhamdulillah, this year we have seen the zeal, we have seen the courage, and then the willingness in the students. Students were very, very much, willing to come and participate in all the activities. Imagine, we have basketball for the first time this year. We have volleyball, and then we also have marathon. But if you can see, for the first time, we have more than 10 participants in marathon. So I think, yes, we need to improve on. We still have more room to improve, because for the first time, we're going to learn from that, and then we're going to improve. And next year, inshallah, we're going to have a better organization. For me, I think all students, we should be very proud of our school. This is the school that we have. This is the school that we belong. As I said earlier on my Fine TV interview, I said we should create time. We should participate and take ownership. This is our school. No other members of the within the university will come and claim ownership of our school. It is our school. It is us who are going to make it better. It is us that are going to bring the glory that we need in the school. So I am urging all education students to come forward and then participate in all the activities. In fact, participating in activities, earning certificates, this is going to be a stepping stone for you. If you go out there and tell people that I have been participating at the university, especially in the extracurricular activities, they will ask you, what is your proof? Personally, as the Deputy Sport Minister, I took part in the marathon. I took part in the basketball. So there is nobody who is going to be left out. This is why we brought all these activities, so that we all feel and have a taste of one sporting activity. So education students, I am going to urge you, let's create time, let's take responsible, and let's improve the participation. Thank you very much.
For the MCLA, I am a third-year student under the School of Education. Actually, this event has been massive since day one. It is the second edition, the Edusa Week. It was organized last year, and then this year makes it the second edition. And then the event started on Tuesday. So from Tuesday, there have been several activities that have been organized by the Executive Council in collaboration with the faculty administration as well as the students of the School of Education. So I feel so much happy for taking part in this particular event. Although the turnout was actually not as massive as in other schools, but at the level of School of Education, we have seen a lot of improvement, massive improvement compared to that of last year's, in which we experienced not 100%, or let's say half of that percentage of students turning out to attend the activities. This year has been massive. The commitment from the side of the students has been great, and I think that is down to the encouragement of the Executive Council as well as the Dean and then all the members of the faculty administration of the School of Education. So in all honesty, I'm so much happy, and then I encourage the Executive Council to pass the same thing to the next council so that this trend would continue in the School of Education. Yes, certainly. Events like this should be encouraged. And then, if you look at it, the University of the Gambia, it's not um, only an academic institution. We are being trained not only to limit ourselves or to be in the confinement of the classroom, but also to go outside. In academia, there are three domains of learning, and then psychomotor is one of them. So all these extracurricular activities are part of the psychomotor aspects. You have the affective domain also. It is this as a result of these extracurricular activities that we can actually boost our affective domains. So the cognitive domain is confined to the classroom. So if one wants to confine him or herself to the classroom, you will see to it that the other two aspects of learning would not be achieved. So that is why it is important that some of these activities are also being done. I implore the Executive Council as well as the students of the School of Education to keep up the good work in both classroom and then outside the classroom. Yeah, yes, I think when it comes to the activities, like the beginning of the activities, there should be improvement in that. But I do not actually blame the Executive Council for that. I think in as much as they're doing their best, the students also should support them. That is important. So sometimes events do start late. That is as a result of late attendance. Most of the students would actually stay at home. Yeah, so I think that needs improvement. And again, when it comes to like the sporting events that have been organized, especially the marathon, it was organized very well. But if you look at it, when I came, there was no actual or specific ending point. So I think that would be important next time to put specific ending points. And then you also see to it that some of the people who took part in the marathon, the traffic was a kind of vulnerable to them because it was not controlled as it should be controlled. You cannot have people running in marathons or running in this highway on the highway when students or when vehicles are also plying on the same highway. So I think that needs to be controlled to avoid some any forms of accidents or the likes. Yeah.
Before we take a leave of you,
Yeah.
can you tell us your final message?
Yeah, actually, I am a student of the University of the Gambia. I am proud, but I'm even prouder of being a student of the School of Education. Okay, of being a member of the School of Education. So I encourage each and everyone in the School of Education, even those that are yet to come, to understand that the School of Education is here not only for academics but also for extracurricular activities. So I actually thank the dean and then the members of the faculty office, the lecturers as well, for actually giving us the opportunity to witness this particular event. And I also thank the executive council as well as the students who have been on their toes to ensure that this Edusa week, comes into fruition. Yeah. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and to the viewers outside. I am Fat Jame, a third year student at the School of Education, a head coach of the female team, Edusa, and a participant this year. Edusa, when I hear the name Edusa, my heart glitters because I have Edusa at heart. This year's edition of the Student Week so far is the best. The best because some of the activities that has happened has never happened. Activities like the cultural show, the marathon, the basketball and the volleyball that we played today. Like I told you earlier that I am a participant. So since in the very first beginning of the event, we've witnessed some of the high dignitaries that were invited from different ministries, including the ministry MOPSI and GTU and other stakeholders. So they have spoken well, and some of them have dilated on the role of teachers, the role of capacity building of teachers, the role of teachers in national development. So as such, these are some of the things that are very important when it comes to Edusa. When you talk about women, as we all know that women are very much versatile and diverse. So we want to show the general public that we are not only domestic workers. So for that being the reason, women have participated, especially this year. The turnout was really impressive. When it comes to the cultural event, that was on Thursday, a lot of women participated. We came and showcased and portrayed the real typical wall of culture, which I was part of, the Fullers and the Jolas, Manjakos as well. So really, women, we are key when it comes to activities in Edusa. Not only in the cultural activities, we've also participated in the sporting activities, though the number was minimal. But when it comes to basketball today, which I was also a participant, I played a basketball. I played the football game as well. So really, women, we are not left behind. As a head coach of Edusa, it is very much Edusa female team rather. It is very much important that football or female participation in football is key. Not only in football, but sport in all sporting activities. It should be encouraged. Women cannot only be left at home or taking care of the kids or other activities, but we want to show you that women are very much active. What they can do, we can do it as well. So women participation should be encouraged in the University of the Gambia, most particularly in the education department. There are a lot of activities that have took place since in the beginning of the event, starting from Thursday. In the morning, we had the health symposium. Symposium is very important because the lady that was invited, she spoke well and she has dilated very much on the importance of reproductive health. And we believe that reproductive health is an issue in this country. And she has talked about UTI, that is the urinary tract infection. This is issue that is affecting both ladies and women and men rather. If you look at it in the society, it's the women that are vulnerable. So it is very much important that we witness that, and we have learned a lot of it from that day. Not only that, the same day we also witnessed the cultural performance. During that time, I was a participant. We portrayed the wall of cultural dance, the wall of cultural traditional wedding ceremony, marriage ceremony. This was an event that was not only for fun, but it was an event that was educative. It was an event that educated the entire education students and the sub associations as well. So not only that, it has also motivated other sub associations to come with to inculcate these things in their subsequent activities. We believe that culture is something that we should not do away with, and it is something that should be encouraged. So I commend the 13th executive of Edusa for coming up with such an initiative. This is an event that is wonderful. It is an event that has enticed me most, and a lot of people have enjoyed it. We've also witnessed the performance of the kumpu, the Jola kumpu, which was really amazing. It has captivated a lot of people here. So that day was really amazing.
So, what would be your recommendation to the organizers? Like certain things that you think they should add onto their program that will make it more colorful.
Good. First, I have to commend them for this effort, for coming up with such activities that have really enticed the general student body. And I know those that did not come, that did not participate, or that did not witness the program, they miss a lot. So they will want to come next year. So far. So the participation of the student is really important, but we need encouragement, especially the female should be encouraged in education. I have been the vice chair of the CRC. I'm a victim. I wasn't satisfied during the day of the award ceremony, which I feel that is a way of demoting our character, is a way of discouraging the female in education department. So the females should be well encouraged and we should all be motivated. I have to call on the council, employ them to motivate the general student body. This year's second edition of the Edusa Week is really good, and the mm, the turnout, the number was really impressive, but they can double up. They can double up. I want them to come with a lot of activities that will encourage students, that will motivate students to come and participate in next Edusa week, inshallah.
So you think the way they did the award ceremony does not satisfy some students?
Yes. Some of the students were certified. Yes, we have to commend them because we believe that anybody who participates in any work activity in Edusa, your efforts should be acknowledged. So most of us who have worked for Edusa, our effort should be acknowledged. But I wasn't certified, and which is a disappointment. Good. Not only that, we have another female, Fatsane. She's a mother. She left all her house chairs, all her kids at home. She has suspended all her domestic and marital issues just to work for Edusa because of the love she has for Edusa. But she was not certified, and that one also will discourage us as a woman. So not only her, we have other female players, other people who have participated in the 12th executive and they were not certified. This is something that is really discouraging. So we don't want the 13th executive to repeat the same problem or the same issue and the subsequent council comment as well. So we want everybody to be acknowledged. We want everybody to be valued, especially the ladies.
What's your final message?
Well, I have to start thanking the 13th executive for coming up with such an initiative because I have told you earlier that we've witnessed the health symposium, we've witnessed the cultural day, we've witnessed the sport day as well. So these are events that are very important. Education student, we are here to stay, and Edusa is for us. I want the general student body to embrace Edusa because this is something that we have. There's nothing that they can be proud of except Edusa because it is their school. You should be proud of what you have. Edusa is our Edusa. So we should make sure that we participate in all our sporting activities and any other activities that is organized by the council. Also, the council should try by all means encourage the general student body, involve them in all their activities, make sure that the general student body is are included and we are valued. This will make Edusha push higher. So I want to thank the general student body, those that have participated and morally, physically, those that were unable to be here and those that were here, and to the dean and everybody who has made this day a success.
Thank you so much.
My name is Binta Waisane, currently the Cultural and Welfare Minister of the 13th Executive Council of Education Students Association, University of the Gambia. Edusa Week is very important. I think this is the second edition. We did it last year and it was a success. This year it is extra success because we have achieved so many success during this week. So it is indeed very important because we learn a lot of things that we as a student should learn. So I think it is very important as students to go on such activities. It was a long-term plan. We planned for a long time, but Alhamdulillah, we have done it, and it's a success. Today is the last day of the event, which is the sport day. We have done it, and it is a done deal now. So the Edusa Week has been one of the best activities that we ever conducted this year so far, and I believe we have subsequent activities ahead of us. But this is one of the best activities and one of the most important activities that we ever conducted. I can say from starting to the last day, we prepare food for the students and the guests who are here. Even those who are not students on the School of Education, we serve them food. From the first day, we cook food, we cook lunch, we give them refreshment every day from the starting to the last day. And I think that's a very good activity that we conducted this year. I know expenditure is very high, but we try our best to see to it that students get what they deserve because this is an activity organized by the students and they must get what they deserve and we make sure they get what they deserve. We serve them food and we serve them to the best of our abilities. We hired some cooks outside. We join with them and then they cook delicious food for us every day. People never complain until the end of the activity. everybody is satisfied with food and refreshment. That is a great achievement. Students from the University of the Gambia, we have sub-associations, and each sub-association, they have their faculty offices. On the School of Education, each student pay their union due. I know that union due is amount to, I think, per semester is $50. Before it was 25, but now it's $50 per 3 months. $50. I know that money will not take us anywhere, but we tap funds from other institutions like MRC Holland, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Higher Education, and other partners outside there. They support us financially and physically. They support us in any activity that we are embarking on. They support us in any way that they could, and we are really appreciative for that. As council, we are almost 19 people, so we alone cannot do this without the participation of students. So we need human resources, and then students, most of the students do not participate, which is a challenge for us. But alhamdulillah, this year it has been better than last year. This year students have tried but did not try enough because many students did not show up to grace this occasion that is organized by them, because we are doing it for them. So if we organize it for them and they do not come, that means that it is a waste. But thank God this year it has been a great success. And also financial challenges. Yeah, in every institution or every organization, there must be financial challenges. We face that a lot. So I believe with the help of partners outside there, we will be able to do better in our subsequent activities. We need really financial support. So our partners, we are looking up to them for their support in anything, kind or cash or kind, to support us morally or anything that they have. We will that is a very big challenge for us. We organized this last year, and students were given free lectures just to attend this activity. But imagine, over 1,000 of students on the School of Education, you can count the number of students who participated. Sometimes throughout the week, sometimes in a day, you have few people to attend. And this day, this free lectures was given to students for them to participate fully. So students, definitely, they need to know that this activity is organized for them, and they have to participate fully. And definitely, we will really lack in that. Students have to show up and participate. This year, the same thing. This year was really, it is really better than that of last year, but we are still encouraging students to make sure that they attend activities that are organized by them. You know, learning is important. We have other engagement. We are all busy, especially on the School of Education. We are all teachers. We are all busy. We have our other engagement, but that doesn't mean that you should not attend an activity that is organized purposely for you as a student. This year we have done tremendously well. We have achieved most, I can say, most of our activities. This year was the first year we organized Cultural Day. This year was the first year specially organized Sport Day, particular day for a sport activity. We organized so many activities that has been a success. We invite important guests outside and they answer to our call. I think that is a great achievement for us. But also there are some lapses that we need to make sure that we work on that to make sure next year becomes better than that of this year. So I'm urging all students to participate and take part in activity that is organized by them, and we really need support from our partners outside there to come and make sure that students, because we have brought so many important topics, because our main topic is what, building what, teachers capacity, so which is very important. We have outsiders that are coming from the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education to teach we the teachers about certain things that we don't know. We organize health symposium. Some of students, that there are things that they don't know about these things that we learn. So when they, if at all they participate, they will have learned a lot. So I'm urging all students to take part in such activities, because learning don't stop in the four corners of the classroom. So you can learn even outside. This is not just playing or something that is just organized for fun. It is something that is very educative, and we are urging students to make sure that they participate to learn from people that are ahead of us. If you invite an official from Ministry of Basic Education, Basic and Secondary Education to come and talk to us about things that regards taking fraternity, I think it is important to just to come and participate and make sure that it becomes a learning point for us. So I encourage all students and implore on all education students to try and attend activities that is organized by them. Through our Gender and Health Ministry, they came up with something very important, and it was yesterday, and we learned a lot, reproductive health. So it is something that is very important. And I believe those who attend this event have learned a lot. Myself, I attended and I have learned a lot. So those who do not attend it, it means they miss a lot. So which is why when an activity is organized, so you try and attend it for the benefit of you and the people that you are going to teach, because we are teachers. Tomorrow we are going to teach outside. We are going to impact on the life of young children out there. So if we know all these important things, it will benefit us and benefit the students that we are teaching. So I think next time that when something is organized, we should try and attend it. I am thanking all educational students who were able to grace this occasion with us, and also those who really want to come but they could not make it. I really thank them a lot, and we are really appreciative as 13th Executive Council to make sure that this activity was a success. I am really grateful. It was indeed a great success for us as a council to organize such an activity for 5 days continuously. We are never tired. And I'm thanking the 13th Executive Council from the president to the last person for making sure that this event was a success. And thanking my ministry, my deputy, and my committee members for making sure that we serve students to the best of my ability with my committee members. It was indeed tough, but we conquered it. And we are really happy. And we are thanking the Dean of School of Education and faculty officers and all lecturers for supporting us in such an activity. So I thank you, Fine TV, for covering our activities from day one to the last day. We are really appreciative. We thank you all for making sure that our events are on all media platforms. So we really thank you.
My name is Sadio Gassi, the Deputy Technical and Logistic Minister of 13th Executive Council of Edusa.
Okay.
Yeah, I am speaking on behalf of my boss, Mrs. Modu Cham. Due to his busy schedule, he could not attend this interview, so I'm speaking on his behalf. Edusa Week is an annual event which is organized by the council every year. So this year is the second edition organized by the 13th Executive Council. So, but in our side, we are the logistic minister that need to do all the arrangement to identify a venue for them and bring all the necessary material that will grace the occasion. We start with the classroom campaign. We go to classroom, class by class, talk to educans about this week. That is the second edition of Edusa Week, so that they can come and take fully participation. Because in previous years, we have seen that in terms of participation, Edusa people are lacking in terms of participation. So this time around, the 13th Executive Council, they find it necessary to go class by class to sensitize these Edusa students to come and attend this great program, which is the second edition of the Edusa Week. And this, we did not stop there also. As a council, we also sit down and lay down our plans, how the program is going to go about it. The first day, we invite the dignitary from the MAPSI, from GTU, and our dean also was there, and other sub-association presidents and their executive members. They all come to attend this great second edition of the Edusa Week. From there also, we stand with the ground preparation. The ground preparation, which is very, very important, because you cannot call people without giving them a conducive environment where they are going to sit down and discuss with you people. So we do that. The ground preparation that we done was at the chancellor here to arrange the tents and to make sure the place is so, colorful. Whoever attend the program will wish to attend it for another day. Cultural Day was held on the third day of Edusa Week, which we, as the council, we sit down and to look and bring one cultural masquerade, that is the Kumpo. Because when you talk about Kumpo here, most of the people in the university, they don't know Kumpo. Some people like me, I normally used to watch Kumpo on TV, but I have never seen Kumpo live. So I was even impressed when I saw the Kumpo. So this was the reason why we said, let us go and bring the Kumpo. So this suggestion was brought by our minister, the social welfare minister, that is Binta Sane. So, and all the council agreed on it, and we pushed on it until finally it was successful. And people were moved when they see Kumpo dancing, and when they see the drummers were drumming the way they used to do. So, and we are so delighted. Yeah, and the cultural performance which was performed by the Wall of Culture, and which is, I think that is this is my first time to see I can say a cultural a wall of culture, like set of a marriage ceremony done by the wall of, where they will tell you all all the things that are involved in that marriage setting. Like if you can watch their video, they were telling the viewers that this is what is normally happening when you talk about wall of culture, the traditional dress and the way they speak, and even what you need to do when you are getting to a marriage to a wall of wife. And it was very colorful and people enjoy it a bit. You understand? Yeah, people enjoy it a bit, and we are expecting female participation in such to come in their large number and take part when you talk about culture. Because this time around we don't have any Mandinga. We don't have any Mandinga culture. We only have Wolof, Jola. It's only Wolof and Jola. So, but this time around, maybe next year, by the grace of God, we are pleading to the people, like the Mandinga culture, like the Fula culture. Let them also come and do the traditional, marriage ceremony, live traditional marriage ceremony for people to see. Because most of the people who are here, they don't know most of their culture. So, like they don't know most of their culture. So we are pleading to the females or the ladies of Edusa, let them come and take part in such event like this. They should not be there, only to be hearsay. They should not agree to that. They should come. They also should come and take participation. And the second point also is Edusa. I am pleading to all the Edusan. Whenever we call for a program, they should be ready and take part in that program. They should not be giving us excuses like I am busy, I am going to teach in this class, I am doing rubber. They should stop that. University, when you come to university, you are going to experience another life. That's why we are organizing all this program. At least to our education career, to make sure our education career we have some little life. That's why we are organizing all this program. And to sensitize people and to tell people university is not only to learn, but it's also, to learn even your culture. And it's not that you have to learn only in the classroom. You have to learn outside. You have to learn people's culture. You have to know people's culture. You have to interact with people. You understand what I'm saying? So this time around, alhamdulillah, we see the turnout was good. But next year, inshallah, we are expecting more in terms of number. You understand? We don't want to have a little number when we call for educations. It doesn't tell well, because we are the mother of all the schools that are existed in this university. The people that are in PPA, that are in SOSA, that are in Arts and Science, that are in ESA, that are in SAPE, that are in JSC, that are in School of Journalism. We are the ones that teach all those students. They pass through us before they came to this university. So, but that's why when we call on teachers, we need teachers' participation. We need education participation. My final say to the general students is, I will thank each and every one of the education students. Whether you come to attend the program or you don't come to attend the program, we are saying thank to you, because it's not easy. Council work is never easy. It's a lot of sacrifice. You have to give your time. You have to pull out your money in some cases to make sure what you are pushing for, you attend to your agenda, you achieve your goal. From there also, I am thanking the faculty officer, and I'm thanking the Dean of School of Education. They also participate very well. Anytime we call upon them, they will come and answer. I will thank MRC Holland Foundation. I will thank MOHAS, and I will thank Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. I will thank Gambia Teachers Union for their endless support that they give to Edusa when it comes in terms of support. I will thank the sub-associations that are existing in this university. We have seen their support during this Edusa week. I will thank the security that are around, because without them, we may experience some kind of misconduct there. So I will thank the president of the 13th Executive Council and the rest of the council members. Yeah, thank you very much.
I am Yunus Ambai, the Vice President of the Education Students Association, University of the Gambia. Definitely, it has been a wonderful activity throughout. It was a roller coaster of activities. Hence, we involved different stakeholders taking part, and we were very much happy that we continued and we did wonders, and everybody was impressed. Definitely, it is a great achievement from the 13th Executive Council. As far as the Education Students Association is concerned, this is the second edition of the Edusa Week. It is a week of activities that is organized by the council. Not only education students, but different schools in the University of the Gambia normally organize these activities to familiarize themselves with their colleagues, unite themselves, know the benefit of being an education student, and involved in extracurricular activities that will cement the bond or the relationship that coexists among and between us in the school. A lot of activities took place, a lot of activities. From the first day of the activities were a symposium where we invited different stakeholders on the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, the Gambia Teachers Union, and the Curriculum Department under the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, as well as different stakeholders who took part in the activities. I'm glad that we are able to have a lot of activities on the first day, which was on the 2nd of this month. On the 3rd, it was the day for yesterday. We had other activities also that were geared towards making it more enjoyable, like the debate. And pertinent issues were thrown as topics between debaters within the School of Education. And thank God we were able to deal with the topics very well, and a lot of substance was increased among us. So yesterday, almost the penultimate date, we were able to have a cultural activity or a cultural festival where different cultures were manifested, especially the marriage ceremony. We were able to create our cultures. We were able to organize football matches. We are able to bring forth a kumpo, one of the Jola traditional masquerades. And then there were many cultural exhibitions that were made along the line. And they went a long way in trying to, bring forward merriment and cementing the bond, as I said earlier on, relationship between and among education students. It helped a lot in terms of academia. Yes. Among the issues that affected our turnout was the Students' Week that was organized by the main union, the University of the Gambia. Notwithstanding, we had a large number of people who sacrificed because of the love they have for the Education Student Association, Edusa. They were able to turn up in their large numbers. And then, frankly speaking, we were impressed. I was personally surprised by the number of people who turned out, not only education students, but even some leaders from other sub-associations and members of other sub-associations within the university were present, and the turnout was good. It was more than what we expected. And this is something, it's not be a surprise on the other hand, because education students, we are very mature. We matured in the sense like we have worked as civil servants, we have worked as in-service teachers or students, and we know the importance of forming an association. And therefore, we then work hard to make sure that we promote the agenda through disseminating information on the platforms. We went on our WhatsApp pages, Facebook. We made people to understand that these activities are geared towards promoting the welfare and strength of the Education Students Association. As far as the events are concerned, yesterday, the large number of people that came were really impressive, and we believe even if we organize it tomorrow, we'll have another number that will be larger. Yes, some of the challenges that we face, maybe like the support that we expected from other stakeholders, we are not able to attain that. As far as I can tell you, and as far as I am concerned as the vice president of this association, we did everything on our own. Education students did everything on their own. Everything we spent came from our coffers. You see, so we could have done better than this or more than this if we had support from other stakeholders. But unfortunately, we did not. But unfortunately, again, on the other side, we were able to sponsor our activities. Another challenge that we had was momentum, that the number of people coming early to grace the occasions, it was sometimes difficult. We have to wait for other people to come along. We understood because people came had their own transport logistics on their own. Our council could not organize or maybe help with the transport of people coming and going. But with the sacrifice and the love for the association, people were able to do it for themselves, and they came. So as far as I'm concerned, we have very few issues that we are challenging during the course of the 1 week activity. Most of the time, the budgeting of an activity is sometimes difficult. Sometimes you tender a budget that you think like this will suffice what we want to do, but in the long run, the number that you estimated or the number that you calculated, the amount of people who will turn up will supersede the number. So this will affect. These are some of the loopholes we have. Another thing is we were unable to have the attention of other university students because it coincided with the Students' Week, it coincided with lecture free, and all these activities made us to lose a lot of people who could have graced the occasion, make it more lively. But as far as I can tell you, the loopholes in this Edusa Week are very, very limited. And if I can tell you, there are maybe limited loopholes or negative impacts that we need to improve on, or vacuums we need to improve on. Yes, we know we are not perfect, we will never be perfect, but at least we have worked towards perfection. And this is manifested by the kind of cheerful countenance that we gain from the people who witnessed or had the information or got through the information through the media like Fine TV and other media outlets who were giving the support of coverage. Yesterday we were on TV, some of us were able to watch the program through QTV during the 8 o'clock news. So this has gone a long way in promoting the agenda of Education Student Association, as well as enlightening people about some of the activities that we undertake as leaders of this country. Yes, we know that it is not easy. You cannot be perfect in whatever you do, but we work closer to perfection. And I believe we are setting the bar so high. When we are coming, we said we will reclaim the mantle. Now it's about retaining the mantle, inshallah. To the general students of the University of the Gambia, they have to realize that the Edusa is on and running. We are there, and we are sure they understand that we are one of the most mature schools in the University of the Gambia. And for them coming together with us, working together to promote the situations of the university is a sacrosanct responsibility of everybody. And to the viewers outside, let them know that we are here to stay. Education Students Association is here to stay. Maybe the leadership will change every year, but the council will remain for life. And Fine TV, rather, we know that we have been with you, not once, not twice, and you are our main, main source of information. Wherever we want to be seen, we are the first call we make, and we are appealing to all Gambians here and abroad. Whenever they have access to tune into your programs, let them try and tune in. If they want to know more about the Edusa issues, let them tune into Fine TV. Yes, because whenever we send information there, it is easily disseminated, and we never had problem of coverage with them. We believe like Fine TV is here to stay as well, and definitely we are much grateful to Fine TV. But for the education students, I am reminding them that yes, let them not relent. Let them not relent on their laurels. Let them not retire their energy. Let them maintain the high level of spirit among us. Let us try and realize that Education Student Association is not only about merrymaking, but trying to impact positive changes in the University of the Gambia and this community at large. We know that, yes, there are many schools that exist within the borders of the university, but Education Students Association is one of the most vibrant associations as far as what people claim and what they are seeing is concerned. Yes, and as a leader, I have my president there, Mr. Honorable Alshan Ba, and the rest of the council. We are really much appreciative of whatever each and everyone is contributing on the table, just to make sure that Edusa is there. As the mantra continues, Edusa must not die.
I am happy.
Okay.
I'm participating this year. To serve as a deputy secretary general last year. And the year before that, I served in the information ministry of Edusa.
Okay.
Edusa. The love for Edusa is just too much. As such, when I speak about Edusa, I smile. One of the innovations that I believe have happened this year is the cultural show, which has never happened in Edusa. The other thing is sports, but the cultural event really was a remarkable event for me, and that took place on Thursday. Therefore, I would say a big round of applause to the 13 Executive Council for staging a very successful cultural show by allowing the Wolofs, the Jolas, and the Fulas to showcase their talent. Since culture is the way of life of people, therefore we can never do away with culture. So embracing it is well recommended. Once again, bravo to the Executive Council for that. Not forgetting Honorable Amadou Kujabi, that is the sport minister, for bringing an innovation when it comes to sport in Edusa. It has always been football, but this year we realized that there was a change, and that is different type of sport. There was a marathon that took place today in the morning, a volleyball and a basketball which is ongoing. Around 5 or 4:30, there will be a football match between the ex-students of Edusa and the foreign students that are the council members. Therefore, this is a big round of applause and a motivation to students of Edusa. Women participation has been something that everybody has been advocating for, particularly myself. Everybody will understand that women are versatile and diverse. Therefore, sometimes it is very difficult for us to be in attendance always. But with determination, some of us are doing everything possible to participate. We encourage everyone to join Edusa in everything they are doing. Some of them are married, some are lactating mothers, they are breastfeeding mothers, and others catch up with certain activities. But I believe the council can still motivate them. Not just a WhatsApp message, but calling them, showing their relevance will be one way of encouraging them to come and participate. We will congratulate them for this year's participation, because you will understand that, especially the opening ceremony, most of the women were present. And the second day, including the third day. If you look at the cultural show, you will understand that it was only the women that came to participate. Majority of the men were not in their cultural attire. Probably next year, there will be an adjustment. But this is one way of commending them for their tremendous effort. Some are mothers with 3 kids, some are pregnant, yet they came to participate. Therefore, I still want to thank them and congratulate them. Better still, they can still improve on the lapses that are happening. How can this be done? It is by motivation. You will understand that yesterday was an award ceremony. But I believe there were just few women that we are giving certificates, women participation, to all Edusa. I call on you to come and join Edusa, to make Edusa great. That is one thing. There is female participation is lacking. It's really lacking behind. Therefore, women should come up and take up their role. The association belongs to everybody. It belongs to every individual, so long as you are an education student. Like every Daisy said, the importance of being an education student. These were some of the things that we are saying in the symposium. So part of the dissatisfaction is one, lack of women participation in Edusa activities. Secondly, is due, that is giving them their due when it comes to activities. What I mean by giving their due is the respect and the value in every participation they are doing. It is not like, as long as you are having the will, the zeal to do something, one needs to be encouraged. Let's take, for example, maybe a woman cannot play football, but the moment she wears her jerseys to come with her shoes to play, it means she is willing to do so. Therefore, your role is to encourage her by giving her some words of motivation. These are a few of the things. The other thing is the late commencement of the program, as the vice principal has made, as the vice president has made mention. maybe it has it was a coincidence between the student week and the Edusa week, but most of the activities started very late, around 11 or 12. But you will all understand that an activity cannot start without its audience. So let's step up by next year to be coming on time when Edusa call. I want to tell them that they have missed a lot. One, socially, morally, and emotionally. The reason why I said that, on Thursday, it was a symposium on reproductive health. This is one of the key things that everybody must look into, because reproductive health touches everybody, be it a woman or a man. And this was one thing that I feel was one of the most educative sessions that I witnessed. As the presenter said, we have to go and advocate for the same thing. She talked about unsafe sex. She talked about contraceptive. These are things that affect us in our daily lives. We have seen women who gave birth within their first year of marriage or second year, but find it very difficult after 5 years to get married due to one thing or the other. These were things that we are clarified on that day. The cultural show was also another event that reminded us our culture. Sports that is today, which was so lively and fun. Therefore, I want to tell them to embrace Edusa. They can never be proud of anything apart from Edusa, because it is their school. I call on Edusans to come and make this association great, because it is ours, and you don't expect anyone to make it great for you. To the general student body, I want to thank them for their encouragement, because most of them were following my status when I was updating it with the recommendations, and most of them were proud and happy that Edusa is great and will continue to be great. Therefore, I thank them for their words of encouragement and support that they have been doing throughout the Edusa week. Again, I commend the 13th Executive Council to do very well and continue to do well in everything. But again, to tell them to encourage women, that is by supporting them in everything that they do. Let them also acknowledge their effort. Let them give them certificate. Let them call them to tell them you have done something good. Let them encourage them in as much as you can. The other thing is Edusa. Edusa is ours. The matter Edusa must not die should not be a lip service, but should be a word and act of action. Therefore, let's continue to do well for Edusa. As the mighty Edusa, on that note, thank you all viewers for your kind attention. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Fine TV, for covering all our events throughout the beginning to the end. We can thank you all. And this is the first time Edusa is going live. So therefore, you must be written in our history books. Thank you. Thank you, Ajara.
Okay,
Thanks a lot. We are really happy and proud of you.
Thank you so much.
My name is Ami M. Jaju, an Edusan. That is an education student of the University of the Gambia. I am a second year student. Yes, my opinion is that they have done a wonderful job. I'm saying a big congratulations to the 13th Executive Council of Edusa. Yes, they have manifested what they can do, and I'm proud of them. I'm very happy to have them. They are good leaders, they are exemplary leaders, and then anyway, I'm saying congratulations to all of them for the job well done. Yeah, they have done it because this started since Tuesday until today. So therefore, they have not been relaxing. They have worked tirelessly for this day. So, and then we need leaders like them. As a leader, when you come in, it's the work that brought you. So do the work, let people see. And that's exactly what they have manifested. So I'm proud of them all. Starting from the president, that is Alasanaba, to the last person. Like what they should do is, we have a lot of students. We have a lot of students who are not coming up for this. Like in terms of when people are in class, let them come in. Like the way they were coming in during the campaign. Yes, when they were campaigning for these positions, they were coming to class to enlighten people about what they are going to do. So to me, to my own view, what I'm saying is let them also come the same way and then tell the students about it, the importance of the Edusa week. Yes, let them come to the classes where people are having lectures. At least if they go up to 1 to 5 classes, yeah, the turnout would have been more than this. Though we have a good turnout, but then we are expecting more next time. So to my own view, that's what I want to tell them. Yes, to the 13 executive council, they have done it, and then they need to sensitize people more, because some people today, if you ask them, they'll say, "Oh, I'm not aware," or they will say, "Oh, I have other things to take care of. Oh, I have to go to the village. Let me go and see my people." To me, when Edusa call, we should stop all what we are doing and then come and answer to the call of Edusa, because we are Edusans. I am a proud Edusans. Like, I've been participating, especially in the sport area. That is why today I come to participate. And then, in fact, our team is became victorious. I scored 2 goals for them. So that is why. So whenever Edusa call for sport, I'm always there. It's sport today that is taking the world up there, and then everybody want to participate in sport. In fact, not even only the monetary aspect of it, but also physically. Like, if you ask the physical education teachers, they will tell you what sport can do. Yeah, physically, emotionally, mentally. They will tell you to go and then have your exercise, go and train. It is good for the health. If you are feeling dizzy or otherwise, just go and have a small exercise. All that is part of sports. So therefore, sport is important. It contributes a lot in our lives. But that is the sport part of it, of course. Yeah, it impressed me more. Because this year I can see they played volleyball, they played basketball, and then football also. So you can see, I will say a big congratulations to the Honorable Minister, that is Amadou Kojabi, who have brought this initiation. And then I wish we have another one like him for the next 14 Executive Council that is coming. My final opinion will be, as I said, let them encourage more women to come and participate, sensitize them more so that they will know what is happening. That is, this week is as important as the normal days that we normally attend our lectures. Because of only this week, can you imagine, no lectures for education students. So therefore, you should know that it is important, because if it was not important, they would not have stopped the lectures. Yes. And then I'm saying,
unless if you have any message for the administration, because they've given you
that,
the whole week
yeah,
to do this activity. Do you have any message for them?
to the administration, that is the management, I'm saying a big thank you for the support. They have supported us from the starting up to the ending. Without them, of course, this would not have hold. Yes, so because they have supported us, we are praying for them. Okay, yeah, may God give them long life, happiness, whatever they deserve in life. And then we are behind them, we are rallying behind them. Yes, anything that they ask us to do, we are behind them. And they have given us this opportunity. Thank you very much. Yes, and I'm thanking everybody, all the viewers out there. I'm saying bye-bye.
Thank you, Fan TV. As I always say, it's always a pleasure to have you uh, in our every in the activity program. So you've been doing good for us. You relentlessly and tirelessly, following us, in our activities to make sure you sell our agendas to the wider world. That is laudable, and we are looking forward in seeing more of that type. I go by the name Amadou Kujabi, a third-year student of the University of Education students, University of the Gambia, current serving sports minister. As the saying goes, all play no work make Jack a dull boy. So we deem it fitting that education students, they are only fatigued and concentrated and saturated with a whole lot of activities, a whole lot of works. So the only thing that will set them free or set their mind free is to bring in fun, and that fun can be in a form of sports. So that's why we bring sport to make sure to entice them and captivate their interest in participation and socialization. Also, if you see sport bring amalgamate people and bring socialization and unity among people. Like I always say, people of different backgrounds, people of different society, different ethnicities, they all come together in a unique term because of sports. So we are here. If you were here since in the morning, you see how entertaining the place was, how jovial people were, how nice it was, how colorful it was. We were all happy, everybody smiling. That is because of sports. So that's why sports is very important. And by the way, we don't know who will be lucky to be a professional player or a professional athlete. So it starts from the university level and it goes to the higher high. So the importance of sport in tertiary education or in university cannot be overemphasized. Yeah, we face so many challenges as sports, because when you say sports, it's something that is very very demanding. But among our challenges is financial problems. Yeah, we lack the finance that will administer all our errands in sports. So that one is one of our problems, and also participation. Moreover, female participation in sports, it's a challenge, and we are ready to face the challenge, and we are facing the challenge, even though it is not sorted out to the fullest. But again, we are also trying to improve participation to at least 10%, and I think they are responding now. But finance, we see it very difficult. We find it very difficult to have finance to support ourselves, to support our athletes, and to support our players, because players come from afar and they cannot come here, go home without their return fare and so many other things. And there are complaints too about return fare and so many things, regarding to that. If you look at it this time, compared to the 12th Executive Council, the pioneers of this Edusa Week, they did a whole lot, and bravo, I can say bravo to them. Now we improve from there. But again, here, what I will say is the participation is to try and sensitize people and tell them more about the Edusa Week. Because, like how many interviews say, Edusa Week is as important as any any other, activity in the school, like even the lecture period is as important as that, because as educationalists, we invite different stakeholders to come and share experience with us and share the happenings with us. So but the participation it lacks sometimes, so we are employing on them to come and participate fully to make the place colorful. When people responded, or when people respond automatically, the place will be colorful. That's like I always say in my interviews and radio talks, Edusa for Edusans. So if Edusans don't become the central part of Edusa, who are going to participate with us? Nobody will participate for us. So we're expecting them to come in large number to make the place colorful. That's the only lapses I see, and that's where they should improve. I will tell the viewers to, I thank them very much for their everyday concern about Edusa, and for being there for Edusa every time, and even anytime we call them, we knock at their doors. And also I will thank the stakeholders for making this day a day, or for making this week a week, because the stakeholders, they also play a vital role or a pivotal role to ensure Edusa week is a success. So we applaud them for that, and we are telling them to continue on their work, on their good work to Edusa. What I'm having right now is too much, but I'm very, very happy. It's indeed a very, very successful week, and we are looking forward to see more Edusa week, or more colorful Edusa week in our subsequent Edusa weeks.